Once you've gathered your results and those of 2 other groups, you're going to need to average the results and then create a graph. So this video clip is going to show you how to create a digital graph for your results. You should have your data recorded in your table, hopefully. Try not to have any words written in these boxes. So if you've put millilitres, for example, in these boxes, then get rid of it. You don't actually need it because it's written up here in the table. So that tells us that everything in these boxes here has millilitres associated with it. So get rid of those if you've got them in. Then what we're going to do is copy and paste this graph by going Control-C, once we've highlighted it, into Google Sheets. To open a Google Sheet, you can go File, New, and then choose Spreadsheet. Once you're in Google Sheets, it's probably wise to name it something sensible so that you can find it again later. So we'll call this Enzymes in Fruit. Okay. Once we're in here, we can then go Control-V and paste our table. It's going to look a little bit strange because of the formatting, but that doesn't matter too much at this stage. So this column here is for the averages. To work out an average in Google Sheets, you can type in equals average, open bracket, select the values you want, end bracket, and then enter, and it will give you a value point. You can do the same again for the other boxes, or you can click on one of the boxes that you've done that in, click on the little blue icon in the bottom and drag it down, and it will work out the averages for you. It pays to check that it's done it correctly. So if you click on another one that you've done that for, it should say up here average and then tell you which values it has taken it from. So C8 to E8, C8 to E8, that's correct. So we're happy with that number. Now we're going to go through and just change these so that they are to 2 decimal places. Or sorry, 1 will probably be better, easier for graphing. So that will become 0.3, stays at 0, 0.5, this one 4.7, rounding it up, and that one is still 0. Okay, the only columns that we're now interested in for our graph are, we'll highlight it instead, this column, the types of fruit, so our independent variable, and our averages, the average amount of liquid formed. What we now need to do is take that information and turn it into a different type of table. So we'll write type of fruit here, and then going across, put the types of fruit, banana, apple, orange, kiwi, fruit, and control. You might like to put in there no fruit, so you know that that's what that one was. And then the average amount of liquid formed, we'll just copy and paste that in, which was 0.3 bananas, 0, 0.5, 4.7, and 0 mils. Okay. Now what we do is we highlight that information, and we can either click on this icon here for insert a chart, or go insert chart. Usually the default that will pop up will be a bar graph, which is what we want for this experiment. So because it's done that, that's what we're happy with. Now we just need to check that it's got the correct things. So it's got the title, we're actually going to change that, but it's got type of fruit along the bottom, that's our independent variable, so that's correct. And it's got the average amount of liquid formed up the side, and the unit, millilitres, so that's good also. Now we're just going to go into customization and change this title. That title's fine, but we're going to make it a little bit more specific to our experiment. If we go back to here, you can take your title from your table, if you've written a good one, and insert it in here. That's now inserted that into the graph. Check the graph is still fine, happy with it. If you click on it and go Control-C, then go back to where you're going to put it and go Control-V. Oops, that didn't work. We'll go back to the graph, click on the graph, right click, no, click on the graph, go Edit, copy, that might work better. Then go where you want to put it, Control-V. This option here will pop up. So we want to link the chart to the spreadsheet so that we can see it. Click Paste, and there is your graph. Make it a little bit bigger so it's nice and easy for someone to read it. Wrap text means that you can move it around if you need to. Sometimes that changes your formatting, so just be careful, make sure you don't lose anything by moving it around. And that's it there, done.